Hey there, future fellow weird ass black sheep. Welcome to the most offensive church this side of the universe, the party pen. Yay! And what we do here in this most amazing place, we read this great ass book. It's called God Said. Because he did not fucking say that. Me, God, right now in God voice. I did not fucking say that. Yeah. This is God's me. I'm God, God right now in God voice. This is my unofficial biography, Das Bible, as read by your Superstone Sage, the Saint of Awesome.
Nikki K, the Great. Haha. Clap for me, I clap for you. Yeah. So, pardon moi for 1 second while I show you this song. There should be a song. The fuck is happening? Here's the song. Okay.
Hey, future fellow weirdo, you're the black sheep of the flock. Come and take a load off. Let's have a little talk. This side of the universe, the wildest place you've been. Welcome to the service at the party pen. Have a good time, laugh and giggle.
Come on in and smile just a little.
We're reading God's unofficial bio today.
The Bible lady's gonna
Lead the way. I got the coffee and the smokes, I got the herb and the chair. Got a seat with your name on it, waiting right there. Searching for the mystery, a better mind to find. Leave that stuffy, judgy world way back behind. We're the outcasts and the rebels, we're the ones that don't fit in. But there's a holy kind of magic in the middle of the sin.
Yeah, the mystery is deep and the coffee's brewing strong in the most offensive church where we all belong. Have a good time,
Laugh and giggle.
come on in and smile just a little.
We're reading God's unofficial bio today.
The Bible lady's gonna
Lead the way. The mystery of God, what a beautiful find.
a better understanding for a
Black sheep's mind.
If you are on replay crew, watch at 2 times speed. Something about going from live to video slows down the voices. I don't know, something happened. But the other day on the Foxhole, I watched one of my videos in 2 times speed, and I was like, what the fuck is that? But I 2 times speed on YouTube, it's like I'm talking normal. So I don't know. Anyway, so I guess watch on 2 times speed at your own risk or something. I don't fucking know. But anyways, welcome to the most magnificent place on the planet. Well, at least for right now, it's the most magnificent place on the planet. The next time, then the next place I go to will be the most magnificent place on the planet. It'll be great. Um, so we're on Ezra. I think we've got 5 chapters left, and we are on chapter 6 right now. So let's get all the chats up and running, shall we? Hey, cousin. Yes, everybody, don't forget to like and to subscribe, to give me the red pills and the follows. I appreciate it. And if you wanted to go over to my YouTube and subscribe, that would be awesome. Like if you're on my pilled side and you're like, you know what, I want to help a brother out. And I would highly appreciate you for that. Yeah. Show on stream. Yes. No. We need rounded. Okay. Was that the last comment? Okay. Hi, cuz. Hey, General Piggy, welcome. What is happening? I don't fucking know. Okay. So here we go. Now, we are on Ezra, chapter 6. And we're still in okay, yeah, these people that are racist against Das Juden for being scumbags told the last king how scheming and trifling they were. And that king was like, you know what? They are scheming and they are trifling. This king is like, nah, these people are good. Let them go build God a house. So then these people wrote the king and was like, look into how trifling these people are. So that's where we're at. King Darius is about to look into the history of these people. I'm listening to you while I try to sleep for once. You know I will. I'll do my best. Okay, welcome, Video Demon Slayer, and thank you for gifting me the cookie. I know, I'm reading and doing things. Okay. Okay, cousin, I'm reading. Okay. So now King Darius issued a decree, and a search was made in the archives where the treasures were stored in Babylon and at Achmetha, and the place that is in the province of Media, a scroll was found, and in it a record was written thus. Okay. I want to read this in squeaky voice, but I hate squeaky voice, so I'm sorry. In the first year of King Cyrus issued a decree concerning God's house in Jewland. Let the house be rebuilt, the place where they offered sacrifices, and let the foundations of it be firmly laid as really big and really long and really tall. Okay. Let the expenses be paid from the king's treasury. Also, let the gold and silver articles of God's house, which Nebuchadnezzar had took from them in Jewland and brought back to Babylon, let those be restored and taken back to the temple, which is in Jewland, each to its place, and deposit them in God's house. Hey, Zero. Okay. Now, therefore, Titatenai, the governor of the region beyond the river, and Shethar Banzai, and your companions, the Persians, who are beyond the river, keep yourselves far from there. Let the work of this house of God alone. Let the governor of the Jews and the elders of the Jews build this house of God on its site. When did they start becoming Jews? I thought that was a future word. They should be Hebrews at this point, even though they're not Hebrews. Like, no, Hebrew was like some guy was born there, but he was originally I don't remember what the first family was called, Shemite, but then they were Chaldean. They were half Shemite, half Chaldean. And then from then they just became mutts, like is Jew slang for mutt, Hebrew slang for mutt. I'm not exactly sure, but this shit is crazy. I don't even know about it. I thought Jew was a future word. I don't know. More people know things than me. I just sit in my cave and I know things. I just don't know that thing. Okay. Okay. And keep yourself. Moreover, I issue a decree as to what you shall do for these terrible ass people, for the building of this house, God's house. Let the cost be paid at the king's expense from the taxes on the region beyond the river. This is to be given immediately to these men so that they are not hindered, and whatever they need, bulls, rams, any kind of animal, whatever it is, wheat, salt, whatever they need, they let them have it. Day by day without fail. What they may offer, that they may offer sacrifices, a sweet aroma to God, and pray for the life of the king and his sons. Cheers, homeboy. Okay. Yay, that's so nice. He doesn't know what he's doing, but that's so nice. Okay. Also, I issue a decree that whoever alters this edict, let a timber be pulled from his house and erected, and let him be hanged on it, and let his house be made a refuse heap because of this. And may the God who causes his name to dwell there destroy any king or people who put their hand to alter or destroy this house of God, which is in Jewland. I, Darius, issue a decree. Let it be done diligently. Okay. Oh, Lord, why is this so long? Okay. Then to deny governor of the region beyond the river and all those guys diligently did according to what King Darius had sent. So the elders of these terrible ass people built and prospered through the prophesying of Haggai, the prophet, and Zechariah. And they built and finished it according to the commandment of God and according to the commandment of Cyrus, Darius, Artaxerxes, king of Persia. Now, the temple was finished on the third day of the month. Of the month Adar. I don't know what month that is. Usually they'll say whatever month it is, but this was in the 6th year of the reign of King Darius. Then these terrible ass people, the priests, the Levites, and the rest of the descendants of the captivity. Okay. They celebrated the dedication of God's house with joy, and they offered sacrifices. They were totally extra with it. They were doing so much shit. Yeah, they were sacrificing everything for every fucking reason. And the descendants of the captivity kept celebrate Dead Baby Day on the 14th day of April, which is actual celebrate Dead Baby Day. It is not April 17th. That is a motherfucking lie. It is April 14th. Just saying. Okay. For the priests and the Levites had purified themselves. All of them were spiritually clean, and they slaughtered Passover lambs for all the descendants of the captivity, all these terrible ass people, for their brethren, the priests, and for themselves. Then these terrible ass people who had returned from the captivity ate together with all who had separated themselves from the filth of the nations of the land in order to seek God. And they kept celebrate Dead Baby Day 7 days with joy, for the Lord made them joyful. And turned the heart of the king of Assyria toward them to strengthen their hands and the work of the house of God. So God's house. Yay. We're in between chapters. So, what's everybody doing? I'm going to open this real quick. What does 07 mean? I want to be 07. Maybe I don't want to be 07. But I've seen a couple of people say that. 07. I don't know. Speaking in code. Ow, ow. Motherfucker. Okay. So, now we're going to go on to chapter 7. Okay. How many minutes are we at? Maybe I should have looked at that. 20 minutes. Oh, it's not bad. Okay. Now, after these things, and the reign of Artaxerxes, king of Persia, Ezra, oh my God. Okay, listen, I'm not fucking reading this. Okay. So anyway, Ezra, who is the son of all these fucking people right here, came up from Babylon. He was a skilled scribe in the law of Moses. The king granted him all his requests according to the hand of the Lord upon him. Some of these terrible ass people, the priests, the Levites, the singers, the gatekeepers, the Nethinim, which again, where the fuck does that name come from? Don't nobody fucking know, but okay. Came up to Jewland in the 7th year of Artaxerxes. And Ezra came to Jewland in the 5th month. In the 5th month, which was in the 7th year of the king. On the 1st day of April, he began his journey from Babylon. And on the 1st day of the 5th month, August, he came to Jewland, according to the good hand of his God upon him. For Ezra had prepared his heart to seek the law of the Lord and do it, and teach the statutes and ordinances in Israel. That is a decoder sticker. I don't know what that means. Oh, is it like a cryptogram? Because I am really good at cryptograms. Hold on. Let me finish. We're almost not even close to done. Okay. This is the copy of the letter that Artaxerxes gave to Ezra. Ezra the priest, the scribe, an expert in the words and the commandments of the Lord, and of all his statutes to these terrible ass people. Artaxerxes, king of kings, to Ezra, the priest, a scribe of the law of God of heaven, perfect peace, and so forth. Right? I issue a decree that all those of you terrible ass people, the priests and the Levites and my ram. Oh, it's a salute. Ah, salute, my friend. Salutations. Okay, shut up, Nikki. I'm shutting up. Okay, he's doing all this blah blah crap. Levites who volunteer to go to Jewland may go with you, And whereas you are being sent by the king and his 7 counselors to inquire concerning Judah and Jewland, with regard to the law of your God, which is in your hand. And whereas you are to carry the silver and gold, which the king and his counselors have freely offered. Do I really got to read all this crap? Why? Okay, yeah. You carry the silver and gold, which we have freely offered to God, whose dwelling is in Jewland. All the silver and gold you find in Babylon, along with the freewill offering of the people and the priests, are to be freely offered for God's house in Jewland. Now, therefore, be careful to buy with this money all the animals and shit that you need for God's house in Jewland. Which is Saturday and Sunday. Huh. Well, I guess just let me know. Hey, Razor, welcome. I'll read the rest of that in a second, cousin. And whatever seems good to you and your brothers to do with the rest of the silver and gold, do it according to the will of your God, and also the articles that are given to you for this service of your God's house. Deliver in full before the God of Jewland, and whatever more may be needed for God's house, which you may have occasion to provide, pay for it from the king's treasury. And I, even I, Artaxerxes, have no fucking idea what I'm doing right now. That's not what it says. It says, issue a decree to all the treasurers who are in the region beyond the river, and whatever Ezra the priest, the scribe of God's law in heaven, may require of you, let it be done diligently, up to 100 talents of silver, 100 cords of wheat, and a whole bunch of shit. Whatever is commanded by God, let it diligently be done. For why should there be wrath against the realm of the king and his sons? So just make sure he gets it. Yep. Also, we inform you that it will not be lawful to impose tax, tribute, or custom on any of the Levites, the priests, the singers, gatekeepers, Nethinim, whatever the fuck that means, or servants of this house of God. And you, Ezra, according to your God-given wisdom, set magistrates and judges who may judge all the people who are in the region beyond the river, all such as know the laws of your God, and teach those who do not know them. Whoever will not observe the law of your God and the law of the king, let judgment be executed speedily on him. whether it be death, banishment, confiscation, or imprisonment. Blessed be the Lord God of our fathers, who has put such a thing as this in the king's heart to beautify God's house, which is in Jewland, and has extended mercy to me before the king and his counselors, and before all the king's mighty princes. So I was encouraged, as the hand of the Lord my God is upon me, and I gather leading men to go with me. Bump, bump, bump. That's the end of that chapter. All right, cuz I'm about to read what you wrote right now. Okay. It's likely going to land on the 30th or 31st this month, which is a Saturday and Sunday. Shit, dude. All right. I probably won't be able to make it to those. Oh, did I tell you Dustin got a new job? Yeah, he's driving a forklift on the weekends. Well, okay, it's like Saturday, no, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Weird hours, man. But we can get stuff done during the week, right? So that's good. Okay, I don't know how long we've been doing this. How many minutes are we at? 32. Okay, so we could read some more, I think. Yeah, we got a whole fucking 2 pages. Yay. Oh my God. Dude, we might be finished with this book tomorrow. Damn. Wouldn't that be some shit? We might even finish with it today. Okay. Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely, because I'm not reading a bunch of this. Okay. Now, it's going to go through genealogy. Okay. Names, 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 names. Okay. Okay. So 8 verse 1 through 14, I'm not fucking reading. Now, verse 15 says, Now I gathered them by the river that flows to Ahava, and we camped there 3 days. And I looked among the people and the priests, and I found none of the sons of Levi there. Then I sent for Eliezer, Ezra, Shammah, all these other fucking people. Men of understanding. And I gave them a command for I did to do. The chief man at the place of Casaphia, and I told them what they should say to him and his brothers, the Nethaninim at the place of Caspia, that they should bring us servants for the house of our God. Then, by the good hand of our God upon us, they brought us a man of understanding of the sons of Mali. Namely, Sharibiah with his sons and brothers, 18 men, and then more people. Okay. And hold on. Okay. Also, the Nethinim, whom David and the leaders had appointed for the service of the Levites, 220 Nethinim. All of them were designated by name. I don't remember ever reading about this shit before. Then I proclaimed a fast there at the river Ahava, that we might humble ourselves before our God, to seek from him the right way for us and our little ones, and all our possessions. For I was ashamed to request of the king an escort of soldiers and horsemen to help us against the enemy on the road, because we had spoken to the king, saying, God's got our back, don't worry. So we fasted and entreated God for this, and he answered our prayer. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, man. I just lost my joint. Sucks to be me. And I separated 12 of the leaders of the priests. So it's Sherebiah and Hashabiah and 10 of their brethren with them, and weighed out to them the silver, the gold, and the articles, the offerings for the house of our God, which the king and his counselors and his princes and all these terrible ass people who were present had offered. I weighed into their hand 650 talents of silver, silver articles weighing 100 talents, 100 talents of gold, 20 gold basins worth $1,000. Oh my God, I gave a whole bunch of shit. And I said to them, you are holy to the Lord. The articles are holy also. And the silver and the gold are free will offering to the Lord, God, and of your fathers. Watch and keep them until you weigh them before the elders of the priests and the Levites and all these terrible people in Jewland. So the priests and the Levites received the silver, gold, and all the shit to bring them to Jewland, to the house of our God. Then we departed from the river on the 12th day of April to go to Jewland, and the hand of our God was upon us, and he delivered us from the hand of the enemy and from an ambush along the road. So we came to Jewland and stayed 3 days. Now on the 4th day, the silver, the gold, the articles were weighed at God's house. The number and the weight of everything, all that wood weighs, was written down at that time. The descendants of these terrible ass people offered burnt offerings to God. Again, being totally extra. All this was the burnt offering. And they delivered the king's order to the king's satraps and the governors in the region beyond the river. They gave support to the people and the house of God. Okay. So is everybody still here? Who's still here? How many minutes are we at? Oh, we got like 10 minutes. Something like that. We could, I don't know. Because I guess I could just finish this book and then we'll start a new book tomorrow. Like, what do you think? Yeah, fuck it. We'll just finish this book and start a new book tomorrow. Okay. When these things were done, the leaders came to me saying, these terrible ass people and the priests and the Levites have not separated themselves from the people of the land with respect to the abominations of the Canaanites, the Hittites, all these fucking people, right? For they have taken some of their daughters as wives for themselves and their sons, so that the holy seed is mixed with the peoples of those lands. It has been since the beginning of the fucking time. Are you kidding me? There is no holy blood anymore. What the fuck are they even talking about? Look, even Isaac was like part enemy. Like Rachel was a Hivite or something. Okay. Indeed, the hand of the leaders and rulers has been foremost in this trespass. So when I heard this thing, I got naked and plucked out some of the hair on my head and beard and sat down astonished. Then everyone who trembled at the words of God of Israel assembled to me because of the transgression of those who had been carried captive. And I sat astonished until evening sacrifice. Dun, dun, dun. At the evening sacrifice, I arose from my fasting, and having gotten naked, I butt ass naked, I fell on my knees and spread out my hands, and I said, "Oh my God, I am ashamed and humiliated to lift my face towards you, my God. Our iniquities have risen higher than our heads, and our guilt has grown to the heavens. Since the days of our fathers to this day, we have been very guilty, and for our iniquities, we, our kings, and our priests have been the delivered into the hands of the kings of the land, to the sword, to captivity, to plunder, to humiliation, as it is this day. And for now, for a little while, grace has been shown to leave us a remnant to escape and to give us a peg in this holy place, that our God may enlighten our eyes and give us measure of revival in our bondage. For we were slaves, yet our God did not forsake us in our bondage. He extended mercy in the sight of the kings of Persia to revive us, to repair a house of our God, to rebuild its ruins, to give us a wall in Judah and Julian. And now, our God, what shall we say after this? For we have forsaken your commandments, which you commanded by your servants, the prophets, saying, the land which you are entering to possess is an unclean land, with the uncleanliness of the people of the lands, with their abominations which have filled it from one end to another, with their impurity. Now, therefore, do not give your daughters as wives for their sons, nor take their daughters as wives to your sons. Never seek their peace or prosperity, that you may be strong and eat good of the land, and leave it as an inheritance to your children forever. And after all that has come upon us for our evil deeds and our great guilt, since you, our God, have punished us less than our iniquities deserve. That's what I said. And given us such a deliverance as this. Yeah, but I don't know. Should we again break your commandments and join them in marriage with the people committing these abominations? If that thins you guys out, you should. Would you not be angry with us until you had consumed us? Yes, probably. Actually, definitely. Yeah, he would have did that. Yeah. But he always saves some of you, so don't worry, you're not going nowhere. So that there would be no remnant or survivor. That would never happen, by the way. Oh, Lord God, you are righteous. He really is. For we are left as a remnant, and you shit all over it. As it is this day, here we are before you and our guilt, though no one can stand before you because of this. Somebody does. Somebody does. Okay. Oi, oh my God. Why is this so long? Why is this so long? No one even knows why this is so long. But it's the last chapter. So it's the last chapter. Now, while Ezra was praying and while he was confessing, weeping, and bowing down before God's house, a very large assembly of men, women, and children gathered to him from Israel. For the people wept bitterly, and Shechaniah, one of the, he spoke up and said, we have trespassed against God and have taken pagan wives from the people of the land. Yet now there is hope in spite of this. Now, therefore, let us make a covenant and put away all these wives and sons who have been born. I think I remember this part. Hold on. Let me roll this cigarette. Because I think I remember this part. Okay. Okay. Very large. Okay. Says, We have trespassed against God and taken pagan wives. Yet now there is hope in spite of this. Now, therefore, let us make a covenant with our God to put away all these wives and these kids that have been born to them, according to the advice of my master and of those who tremble at the commandment of God. And let it be done according to the law. Arise, for this matter is not your responsibility. We also are with you. Be of good courage and do it. Okay. Then Ezra arose and made the leaders and the priests and the Levites, all these terrible ass people, swear they would do this work. So they swore an oath. Then Ezra rose up and went into the chamber of Jehohanan. And then he came there. He ate no bread, drank no water. He mourned because of the guilt of those from captivity and issued a proclamation throughout Judah and Juland to all the descendants of these terrible ass people that they must gather at Juland, that whoever would not come within 3 days, according to the instructions, all his property would be confiscated, and he himself would be separated from the assembly of those from the captivity. The Mormons have a big problem with this too, being cast out of the church, like you do anything. Confiscated and separated. So all the men of Judah and Benjamin gathered together at Juland within 3 days. It was the 9th month, so it's April, May, June, July, August, September, December. December 12th. And all the people sat in the open square, trembling because of this matter. It was a heavy rain. Then Ezra stood up and said, "You have transgressed and taken pagan wives, adding to the guilt. Now, therefore, make a confession and do his will. Separate yourself from the people of the land and from the pagan wives." And they was like, okay. But there are many people, and it is the season for heavy rain. We are not able to stand outside, nor is this a work of 1 or 2 days. For many of us have transgressed in this matter. Please let the leaders of our entire assembly stand, and let all those in our city who have taken pagan wives come at appointed times together, and the judges of their cities, until the fierce wrath of our God is turned away from us in this matter. Only Jonathan and Jahaziah opposed this, and a Levite gave them support. Then the descendants of these terrible ass people did so. And Ezra, with certain people, were set apart each of them by name, and they sat down on the first day of the 10th month to examine the matter. By the first day of the first month, they finished questioning all the men who had pagan wives. Okay. And then it goes all these fucking names again, blah, blah, blah. None of it matters. And then the end of it says, all these had taken pagan wives, and some of them had wives by whom they had children. So they married their own children. That's fucking gross. Doesn't put them past it. Doesn't put it past them, though. Okay. So that's the end of that book. Thank God, right? So now I am gonna break. No, I'm just kidding. I've been eating pretzels all day. I was gonna say I'm about to break my fast and go eat some pizza. But I'm just about to go eat some pizza. And it's gonna be fucking great. So, anyway, I want to tell everybody good night. I love you. I hope you had the best day ever because, well, if you're not having a good day, probably because something's wrong. I don't know. But anyway, I am gonna go eat some pizza. So good night, cousin. I love you. Good night, General Piggy. Good night, Razor. Good night, Video. Good night, Zero. Yeah. Oh, and thank you for the cookie video. I appreciate you. Totally. Thank you so much. And everybody who gave me a like and subscribe and a follow and a red pill. I appreciate you and I love y'all. Good night. Oh, good. I'm glad that you just made it home and you made it home safe. Good. Hey, and if you watch this on replay crew, watch on 2 times speed, I think. Thank you for the can. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. But I really do want to get some of this pizza. I am starving. So it's time to give the pillows some head, give the sheets some ass, and have a postcoital cigarette, smoke a bowl, then have the sweetest dreams ever. Love you guys so much. Good night.